What is up, you fucking twats? It's your boy, Axel Adams here, and today I'm gonna be doing my very first CD review. BAM! Judas Priest! Goddamn, this is a fucking awesome album. I love it from beginning to end, and by the way, before I continue on, yeah, I bought the CD. Eat my fucking cock. Anyways, Judas Priest worked with Andy Sneap and Tom Allum, is that his name? Fuck, I can't remember. Anyways, yeah, basically, you know, the guy who helped, you know, produce all their, you know, biggest albums, especially in the 1980s, right? And I gotta say, man, this fucking record kicked so much ass. It was fucking ridiculous. Like, it's about 58 minutes in length, about, you know, so almost an hour. I can't even tell you how hard I was coming listening to this entire fucking album. I got so fucking high. And I remember when I was listening to this album for the very first time, I remember just being in my room and mentally I was just like, That's the sound of me orgasming again and again and again to every fucking song multiple times. That is how fucking good this little gem is. I'm not even kidding. It's seriously one of the best fucking albums they ever made. Let's start track by track. Firepower is a fucking fast, kick-ass opener that just immediately, the second you hear it, it's just like you can't help it. Like, you just start, you feel entranced to just jump around and start breaking shit. Lightning Strike is kind of like, it's kind of like Redeemer of Souls 2.0, but still like really heavy, you know, the fucking, you know, really nice. Really thick, really heavy, really in your face, really saturated. Since that was the first song released on YouTube, you know, with the music video and whatnot, it gave you the basic understanding of what to expect from the album, and holy shit, it definitely was a great opener, right? Then you got Evil Never Dies right after that, which is just, like, it's so fucking heavy throughout the majority of the song, and then once it gets to the pre-chorus, it lightens up a little bit, it almost sounds like Living After Midnight, and then it goes right back into the heavy stuff. And it's a really nice contrast, fucking phenomenal. We got Never the Heroes, which was, before the album release, I think that was like one of the last songs I listened to, and I was just blown away with how heavy that was, how aggressive it was, you know, the passion and the power. That's one of the best fucking songs on the album. I seriously hope they play it live. I'm pretty sure they have, but, you know, still, I'm gonna go see them next week, so. Necromancer was heavy as fuck. Nightcrawler 2.0, but a little bit faster and a little bit more, it keeps coming at you, it keeps clawing at you, and it kicks ass from beginning to end. We got Children of the Sun, which is, it has like this oriental kind of vibe to it, you know, something that you could really headbang to. And then there's a line that Rob says in the middle of the song talking about, you know, you're the reason why I feel dead. And, you know, talking about, you know, people that are, you know, so negative and so fucked up. And I love that line in the song because it relates, you know, to a lot of the shit that I've been through in my life. And it just really, you know, once the solo kicks in, I mean, Richie Faulkner's such an amazing guitarist. He fills in so good for KK. And, you know, Glenn just, you know, rips it up too. You know, it's just a phenomenal fucking song. Then the instrumental, Guardians, which is track number 7. It has, like, such a nice piano, you know, kind of melody, something really heroic, something really beautiful, and it just builds up. And then Rising from Ruins, it goes straight into that, and it's like if Judas Priest did power metal. So if there was ever a soundtrack to like God and Satan kicking the living shit out of each other, Rising from Ruins would definitely be that song for it, because it's so uplifting, it's so beautiful, and so goddamn heavy. Then right after that, you got Flamethrower, which is the more unique song of the album. It has like this Rage Against the Machine type breakdown near the end, which just like, is one of my favorite songs of the album because it sounds different, you know, so different from the other ones. Then you got Spectre, which is track number 10, which is reminiscent of The Ripper, but goddamn, it's so sludgy and so in your face. Something to really, you know, drive down the highway. Then after that, you got Traitor's Gate, which is just, again, another Redeemer of Souls type, you know, like, you know, pirate metal kind of sounding, but like, again, great fucking song. The screams that Rob does on that song too, fucking fantastic. Again, great fucking song. Lone Wolf is just, it's kind of funny. Lone Wolf is another one of the more, you know, different sounding songs of the album. It has this kind of vibe of, like Metallica's Load album. Like, it kind of has, like, that Ronnie, you know, 2x4 kind of sound, you know, like that kind of sludgy kind of, you know, you headbang slowly, but you know, it's really powerful and really intense, really emotional, so that one's really good. Then you got Sea of Red, which is more of a, how can I say it, like a goodbye kind of song, you know, and it you know, it talks about, you know, the good times from the band and all that shit, but it's still really uplifting and really heavy, kind of like Rising from Ruins, but in a different way, right? And it closes the album out, and I gotta say, it's fantastic from top to bottom. It is 58 minutes of pure firepower. It is an insane album from start to fucking finish. There are no bad songs on the entire record. It's flawless from beginning to end, and it's such a trip to listen to. Now, here's my criticism of the album. There isn't really anything that I hate about this album at all, but I do have my own personal preferences. Like, one thing I liked about Redeemer of Souls a little bit more is that album had more, because it wasn't produced as well as this one, it had more of a raw kind of, like, it sounded more genuine. Like, one thing I don't like about Andy Sneap, though he is a great producer and he did a fantastic job on this album, he has, like, every time Andy Sneap produces an album, it sounds like the guitar tone sounds exactly the same, the drums sound exactly the same, the bass is, you know, pretty much cut out and it's all guitar and drums. It's like very generic new school metal sounding. That's one thing I really don't like. It's like, like, you know, it has like that tone. You know what I'm talking about? Like, listen to the album and listen to, you know, like the last 2 albums that Saxon did. And, you know, even listen to Accept's last 4 albums, and they all have the exact same guitar tone. Yeah, they have the exact same sounding drums. They have the same everything. And that's one thing I don't like about Sneap. So, like, the guitar tone and everything, it sounds exactly the same. There's nothing that really pops out. The only time you ever hear any kind of, you know, distinctive guitar tone is when Richie or Glenn are doing their guitar solos. That's the only time that the guitar tone sounds different. Other than that, it sounds very stock, very generic sounding, and I'm not too crazy about that kind of sound. Another thing I liked about Redeemer of Souls is that there was so much more bass on that album. And on this one, like I said, you know, with Andy Sneap's style of production, there isn't very much bass, if any at all, which kind of bugs me a little bit. Because I really love, you know, even with my own music, I really love, you know, heavy ass bass, really heavy low end, you know, so it really, you know, it really punches you right in the face. And, you know, it sounds more complete when you have like really thick sounding drums and, you know, really fat sounding bass guitar, you know, and then you have the guitars, you know, the regular guitars later on top of that. It sounds better to me, right? But, you know, when it's just all guitar and all drums, it sounds empty because there isn't, you know, very much bass. You can hear it at certain, you know, parts of the album, but other than that, you don't really hear it that well. You don't really hear that clarity. You don't really hear that punch. So, you know, that's the thing that kind of bothers me about this album. But overall, it's flawless. If you give me my rating, I would give it at least, at the very least, a 9.8. Other than that, it's basically a 10, minus my personal preferences. But anyways, this is such a fantastic record. If you haven't bought it, listen to it. It kicks ass from beginning to end. I swear to God, the entire time I was listening to it, I was basically having a concert in my head. It was fucking fantastic. I loved it from start to finish. I'm so happy that Priest, you know, made this. You know, will they make another one? I have no idea. But if this is their final album, it's one hell of a fucking way to go out. Thank you, Judas Priest, for making this. You guys are fucking amazing, and I can't wait to see you guys in Oshawa next week. So, I hope you enjoyed that little review. Sorry I haven't been uploading, you know, very much. I've been trying to record my own songs and get those finished. So far, I got about 4. I got about like 11 or 12 for the album that I'm trying to work on. But, you know, I'll upload something really soon. I got a really cool video that I want to do for one of the songs that I'll do eventually. So, you know, hang in there. Thank you guys for watching. You know, I guess I'll see you in the next video.